Yeah, well, it's 10:02. We're not bad.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning Tree Sun lives. Karen, sweet darling. Shifting Veils. Deb Marsh, Maryland from Ohio.
And Carol Louise, who has must have the most incredible box of fact cards next to her. Because whenever we go to them, Carol Louise said, "No, it was this." Okay.
Alice Mar-
Mm-hmm.
Martin, Martinez from Dallas up in your area.
That's yep.
Seen some good news that Tanya Chuckin's ready to go.
Right.
SCOTUS held on for a month before they actually released it
Mm-hmm.
to give her the go ahead. All in for 45, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Delayed 5 months, and the last opinion, and then didn't release it for a month. Jesus. But she's on vacation and, and working. Hmm. Okay.
Ah, Karen Louise explains. I was an engineer for decades. I keep notebooks of information on everything. I had to believe that because it was like there's some characters on this. If you put up a murder board like you see on the police dramas, my whole house would look like a spider web at this point with all the crap that's gone on.
Well, that's good. Karen can keep us all in the loop.
That's right. We need your help because there's parts of my brain. You remember in the '60s. Well, you don't because you weren't born yet. But there was a thing called the brain drain. It was It was we were stealing all the scientists from England, and um, that's how my second husband came here. But I used to tell him that my brain was draining on a regular basis, but it wasn't coming here.
That's a question from Liz and Laura. Rockford,
Hmm.
Poland.
I know.
Wow, thank you, Monica. That's so nice.
It makes us wake up in the morning with a smile on our face.
Oh, I had a family friend wedding yesterday. It was too hot, but enjoyable.
Hmm.
What did you do yesterday?
I slept. Actually, when Dr. Gale called me, I watched her show in bed. And then when she called me, she said, "What are you up and doing?" I said, "Trying to figure out how to get up out of bed." I didn't have any readings. I didn't have my class on the Oracle Garden. I didn't have anything I needed to get up and do. And so I didn't. And then I came up front and I watched all the Olympics that I had taped, all the things I wanted to see. So,
Yeah, I briefly looked at Facebook and seen all the bigotry about the Algerian boxer,
yeah.
all that Russian disinformation, and my conservatives on my friends list just roll with it.
Well, I sat up. I was going to go to bed early because I had to go to the doctor on Friday. But I was just about to go to bed, and they announced they were going to show the prisoner release. So I sat and watched them all get off the plane and everything. Because I remember seeing when they came back from Vietnam.
Thank you, Coastal Prawn. That's sweet.
Coastal, I hope you're not coastal like Florida coastal. They just announced another hurricane that's coming toward
Yeah, it's heading to a hurricane. Looks like it's going to hit my old stomping grounds in the Panhandle.
you want to see an interesting picture, which will enlighten everyone. I got this from Dorothy Morgan, and the solar eclipse that went through on us in April. This line, the gray line is the solar eclipse. The white line is Hurricane Beryl. It followed it exactly all the way up into New England. That's what caused all that massive amount of flooding up in New England.
Wow,
So
that's crazy.
yeah, it says that's. Thank you, Claudia.
Bless you.
We did that. I did a show on the first with Danny and Dorothy Morgan, and we talked about how you can often see uh, the reflection of what's happening above us actually does hit the ground. So that we had that little piece for that. But we talked about 8/8 Lionsgate, which will be this week on Thursday. And is Leto about to retire? We're gonna answer a real question.
Well, they're finally referring. What's his name?
Thomas?
Thomas. Yeah, they're referring Thomas to the Justice Department. Happened last month.
Mm-hmm.
Is Alito being pressured? Okay.
I'm gonna see if he's gonna retire in the next 3 months.
Is Alito?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Before the election?
Mm-hmm. It's pressure from his wife.
No, she can't handle the heat.
Mm-mm. And we got October, so that's within the 3 months. She doesn't care what kind of messages he wants to send or whatever, and they would rather have his replacement have to go through the Senate as it sits now, but it won't happen. They'll hold out till they get the new Senate, and it's because they know they've lived outside of the rules so much that there's just she doesn't want them looking. What'd you get?
I had no wifey things come up, no females. In the past, it's already kind of been followed. Because I have my Hierophant card, the farm, the moon, and 6 of Swords. So the moon isn't my October card too, but the past is like it's already been thought of. He's already been thinking about it. The dark energy sorting. Then I have the Strength card, Knight of Cups, and Chariot. So I call it the Endure card, but it's more about self-love. Knight of Cups is a younger person, but it's also proposals.
Well, I had a page, so there's someone in there that's pushing him.
And the Chariot's taking charge and possibly leaving, hitting the road.
It'd be easier to sneak out of the country if they choose to retire and then just disappear.
But it looks like it's in his mind. In the end, I have the Sun, my light card.
He could go hide out at the Vatican.
10 of Wands is burden, stress, being exhausted, and my Hermit Fool card. Introspection, mistakes made, obstacles, leap of faith. So I think he's going to hold out the election at least. I don't see it before. Yeah, it looks like retirement's there.
No, I think something's going to happen, be said, done, and whatever threatened, and he's going to get out in October before.
That would be crazy before. 10 of Wands is in 10 October.
Mm-hmm. And Ten of Wands is dumping it, just saying, I'm done with this.
Hmm.
I just feel the cool winds of fall.
On the bottom, I did have my old crap card.
Yeah. Oh dear.
5 of coins, the old crap, the struggles, the poor health, being in
Oh,
ruin.
my bottom of my deck was walking away, getting out. Seven of Swords. I'm gone.
To me, it feels more about timing.
And you don't know. I mean, there may be.
Guys aren't giving me a boom like, yep, he's going to do it. It's there. I sense
Mhm.
that, but I think it just feels to me like, you know, the timing of when.
Yeah. He may make his. You got to realize, guys. He may make his mind up in October. I'm out of here, and then wait out to see what happens with the election, or it may be so obvious to us. Thank you, Jennifer.
Bless you, Jennifer. Hmm. Thomas has been referred. You think the pressure would be harder on him?
But you got to think about how thick the skull is that's attached to where the brain is.
Oh, those two are just so hateful. I don't think I don't think they're spooked. They got their plan, their evil
Mhm.
plan. Um, Interesting question because there's so much gonna go
Well,
on up to.
right.
Got the sentencing in September. The appeals are going to be coming down. Now we got Tanya Chuckin moving things.
Hmm.
Unless there's appeal, I think she's going to want to do it in October as soon as possible.
Do you want to just flat ask if the top of the Republican ticket will change before Election Day? Scott and I have been talking about this. Um, and if it's going to change, then we can ask which one. I can't imagine the Republicans are wild to hang on to JD. I thought the slimiest politicians ever came out of Texas, but apparently Ohio has a cellar full of them too.
I think most GOP are in that realm.
Hmm.
The decent ones have been booted.
I got a yes and a no. I got three. Um,
Okay.
no, I didn't. I got three, five. I got four yeses and two nos.
45.
Do you want me to let you lay your cards before I start reading?
All right. They told me to stop shuffling, so go ahead.
Got the hangman upside down. There are some people really trying to figure this one out, how to get this done, because they realize how far they are from the temper. And this is not to get the president in, this is to try and save their down ballot people. And it's, you got these two. You got him balancing the coins and her seeking temperance. And the reason I think it's already been done and decided is got the Five of Cups, no regrets. They're just going to say, we got to do it. And right now, this card's interesting for me. This card, you see this guy's holding all these wands. He knows they all fit together, but when he's right side up, he doesn't know how to put them together. When he's reversed, he's got it figured out. So they haven't figured out exactly how to do this yet. But things get any worse for down ballot, they're going to go.
I think the question is wrong. It may be too late to change the ticket because you can't change the ticket or the ballots once they're printed.
Yeah, and that's like, and that's what they press the Dems about. So they got like 4 days, guys.
That's the problem. It may be a different ticket, but what's on the ballot may be a different story.
But Murkowski did it in Alaska. I remember somebody wrote in our chat when we talked about the write-in ballot that won the Senate in Alaska, and the person put in there, yeah, I had to go with a group of people, learn how to exactly spell Murkowski so that we could get her on.
Yeah, it may be that you know, Trump and Vance are on the ticket, but it may be a write-in thing because the cards now with Republican ticket are like, yeah, they're all in for 45 in Vance, so you can't change nothing. But with my cards in the end makes me feel like there's the unity changes.
They're gonna go to protect their down ballot. That's what happened. That's how come Biden had to pull. And Biden's numbers were so bad. His numbers were. He was sometimes. Y'all can go to my son's channel, CLSB Politics. He did a whole show on this. He looked at all the statistics around what happened, and um, Biden's numbers were worse than Jimmy Carter's. And it was and what happened when Biden said, "Well, I'm not going to leave. I don't care." That's when the big money people said, "Well, we're not going to pay for down ballot," and that hurt Sean. So now you get to see his political shows because he didn't have anything else to do. But they quit. Sean had like 5 contracts at different times, and all of a sudden they just get pulled, and it's because the money people had pulled. And I said, "Where are they putting their money?" And he said, "They're not putting them anywhere." And that's what happened. They were starving out the lower ticket. So you think I agree with you. I don't know how they could change it, but if they were dead, that's the other thing. I think if I was JD Vance, my next big cash thing that I have to put out for is a food taster. But
I know it just feels like there's something else is going to happen. Like with the magician here and the unity and the Knight of Wands, everything else is just saying they're all in. King of Cups votes and the Chariot leading up saying they're all in for 45. With that magician in the middle, it feels like something else is going to manifest prior. Like we may have a write-in thing going on the Republican side.
mm-hmm.
So it doesn't feel like it's all set in stone yet.
Sean is my son. Yes, he is. He's my oldest son. I met him on the day he was born.
Is it legal to say where he's going soon?
No, not until he's on the airplane heading
Okay.
to a certain northern state that's represented on this screen.
Yeah,
I
didn't want to say anything out loud if it wasn't confirmed yet.
Well, I told you, he's still going to do a show where he does a man on the street with a guy in a meat truck.
Yeah, he'd have to catch me in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be I think if they
or Verona when I'm coming back from work, maybe.
Okay. He'll find you. He's good that way. No, it's going to be it's a through the election contract that's supposed to start in a week. But trust me, guys, I've had so many contracts that I show up to the door and they went, "Oops." You have no idea what it's like being a political consultant, but he's learning so much doing his channel, and I'm learning so much watching his channel. And I taught the kid, how to do stuff, but he's really digging in the statistics and looking at the numbers.
Well, yeah, we got our primary vote August 13th.
What are they hitting? What are they miswording So if you vote yes, you really vote no.
Yeah, it's it's all about it's mostly about the governor's power.
Oh.
The amendment to the state constitution. The Republicans were all up in arms about the COVID funding that we got. And our governor directed it towards feeding kids and increased tax credits, giving each child like $300 a month if you had a child
Mm-hmm.
to help out during the pandemic. Well,
Mm-hmm.
the Republicans are a little upset about that, and they want more control over the money. So that's what the amendment question is on our ballot this time.
Mm.
So I already checked it out. I already asked what the Democrat groups want,
Mm-hmm.
even though it can be, if we ever get a Republican governor that's power hungry and we get that kind of influx of money,
Mm-hmm.
it could go wrong. They could just give out tax rates to the companies, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, the Democratic establishment prefers we vote no to leave it as is.
Yes.
But yeah, it was basically a Republican power grab, what they want. It doesn't seem to be as confusing as other questions this time,
Mm-hmm.
which is good.
I told you I had a friend whose job, she worked for a law firm. She did some other stuff. But she used to word referendums to confuse you. I mean, that was her job.
All right. So 45 thinks he needs a debate on Fox News September 4th.
Mm-hmm. You would think Fox News wouldn't want to see a Democrat for a long time after the way Pete Buttigieg has been chewing up their little host.
That's my. Oh, do you know your son's channel?
Yeah, I put it up. It's
Oh, he did.
CLSB, Charles Lawrence Sean Briscoe Politics.
Oh, there it is. You were quicker than I seen.
Yeah, it's not that I don't pay every complete attention to every golden tone that comes from your lips, Scott. But
Thank you, Sharon. Right? She put it up.
you got it.
All right. Will there be a September 4th date for Fox News?
I'm just going to ask if there's going to be a debate on September 4th.
I did.
Oh,
Guys are telling me no.
yeah, I'm getting no. I'm getting. She ain't
No.
going to get on that boat. She's not going to get on the boat for there, and it's nothing but illusion and delusion to do it with them anyway. It's a totally losing thing. So
Yeah.
the debate's a good idea. Debating him's
Just not that date.
not that big.
They could come to an agreement later, but I just don't see that date working. No, I got the death card in the end.
Mm-hmm.
It happened in the past or whatever. It's like it's not organized and set. So I got
Mm-hmm.
Eight of Swords, the Five of Cups lost. Eight of Swords is being restricted, making this date happen. Shows Kamala is open to something later.
She wants to do the ABC debate. She get from what I read yesterday, she's going to show up on ABC that night, and if he's not there, she'll just talk all night.
We got the death card. King of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the death card. So that's an ending. It's a non-starter.
Mm-hmm.
They can maybe work something in October or whatever. She's up to, but I don't think that his demands are fruitless. After he gets sentenced in New York, they could figure something out. I know, right, Kristen? They almost paid $1 billion. $1 billion.
It was $1 billion for him.
Why should they get any debate? Yeah. Kellyanne Conway is getting registered as a foreign agent, getting paid $50,000 a month through some organization in Ukraine.
I bet you they're not actually physically in Ukraine. I bet you they're in Eastern Europe somewhere. They're part of those oligarchs that tried to run Ukraine. They're the ones that were with Manafort. But when they threw the Ukrainian president out and the people realized he dumped a bunch of stuff in the lake in his private estate, they put dive teams in there and pulled out all this stuff. That was fascinating. I don't know why, but
Oh, that's a confusing one.
I'm going to ask if she's up to any good in doing this. No. Oh, this is why she's doing it.
Money.
But it's going to cause her a lot of heartbreak. Yeah. The whole reason she's doing it is for the money and the heartbreak, because she can't change. She can't get work otherwise.
I got the hermit too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone offered her money. Big
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting what she's going to accomplish. Nothing's really coming through
I don't think she's going to accomplish anything.
Yeah, I mean, I get a 10 of swords with the 5 of wands. Some reason someone thinks she's going to be a good hire, but it's going to be a failure. I do have the Empress card. I think it's more connected to Russia than Ukraine. In the end, they're trying to steal votes again. I get my voting card, my coin card, the 7 of coins, and then the 7 of wands, along with the page of swords. They're trying to do a Cambridge Analytica 0.20 with her or something.
Those guys.
But yeah, I get a big failure coming for her. She's coming in as the Queen of Swords, 5 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Lack of energy and ending up in a 10 of Swords, a failure. So whatever she's involved with doesn't feel Ukrainian, it feels Russian. Someone with big deep pockets, but it feels like an election steal kind of thing again. Maybe she's working with the Russian troll farms. Try to steam up misinformation. She's the lead misinformation getter. Yeah, especially those deep red states. Check your registration. Generally, Wisconsin does all right with that. They don't just purge votes like other states do. Not that I've seen anyway. Every time I've gotten worried, I always check, and nope, I'm still registered. Okay. You got anything else on Kellyanne?
No.
Or are you good to go?
I think Kellyanne's kind of a vacuous thing to read about anyway.
Okay, let's go VP time again.
Okay, you want to take them in order? Who's first?
Let's see. Where should I do this? How should
I'm gonna use a different deck.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what deck and how.
I think
it said last week we were tapping into the energy of the person.
They're asking this of the two people who, an hour and a half before Biden resigned, said he's not leaving. You guys have great faith in us.
True. The universal energy is like, he's going to hang in there. And then.
No, my guides told me there was such a bubble about that.
Okay. Karen's got them mostly written down.
Okay, so we're going to start with Pete.
Let's start with Pete. And Karen, if you want to write down the other ones too, or all of them, either. All right. Give me a few cards on Pete Buttigieg, selected as the VP. Rose, too many windows of opportunities happen in Russia lately. Good point.
Some of the people flew out of there, though.
Okay, Pete Buttigieg.
Oh my God. Easy yes.
It's coming out kind of weird right now. I need more than 3, I think. Let's go with 6.
I did 5, so.
Temperance. I'm getting a lot of wands, a lower wands. So 6 of Cups, I see a relationship with them. 3 of Wands, some unity. 4 of Wands, part of the clan. Then I have Temperance, Chariot, and 2 of Wands. The two of Wands, I got a lot of unity with him, you know, being part of the team. And the 2 of Wands, you know, there's 2 together. The Chariot, taking charge of the situation. He would be a more moderate, temperate person. So it looks good, but I guess I gotta draw another.
What I got is the 4 of Swords. He kind of withdrew himself, but they consider him the sparkling child, the Page of Cups, the one that can appeal to people emotionally. And it's still not decided. The High Priestess is right in the middle. And to some extent, how they could use him, what it could do is an illusion and delusion. And I see at the end, he's going to pull himself. He's not going to do it. But he could.
Patricia says, Pete's strength would be wasted as a VP. He was stronger as hard on the departments. Yeah. But
for communicating and talking to people and getting past the conservative, bell ringing people, I think he'd be good.
You know what you think about the future too. Let's say Kamala and Pete are the team. Usually, the VP would step up and be next. You know, they could have 16 years of that kind of leadership. So if, per se, someone's older, but generally Bashir and Shapiro and Walsh, they're not really that much older. But, you know, this is just me thoughts. And then you wouldn't have to take a senator or a governor away. All right. Andy Bashir. Will Andy Bashir be the VP pick?
I've never had this happen. Twice in a row, I got complete yeses. But Andy Bashir, he's had things taken away from him before. But he would bring in a lot of strengths we don't see originally. He's got great cards. He got the Wheel of Fortune. He's got the 10 of Cups, which is great. And he got the Three of Wands, and that he's capable of looking in the long term and dealing with things. So I he's also 4. He's also 5, yes.
Well, I don't get that for him being selected. He's a great person.
I told you when I read this
Yeah.
last night, his single cards, all of them are still in it. Now, an hour and a half from now, they'll probably have a press conference.
Yeah, right. Supposedly she's meeting with them all this weekend or whatever.
Yeah, at Camp David.
But as far as Andy being selected as the VP, I get the Three of Swords, the Page of Swords, and
Mhm.
Justice.
Mhm.
So there's some heartbreak there being turned away. Page of Swords would be a bad news. Justice, it's a balancing situation there. Life
Mhm.
challenges. And then I get Queen of Swords,
Mhm.
Empress, and Five of Cups. I think he would be more deserved staying in Kentucky.
Mhm.
What's that saying? Not that he's bad, with the heartbreak, but and all that, but this just kind of tells me he's better served staying in Kentucky.
Mhm.
So I got a lot of swords, some heartbreak there.
So I got my next one I went to on our choice list that Karen came up with. It's Josh Shapiro, and I get he's the King of Wands, and he's good at leading, but he's got some flaws. Him getting chosen would be a tower moment because Pennsylvania really is a state they need to hold on to. I think he's in the lead from the things I've seen, but there's still a lot of fighting going on around him for various things from his past. That's a problem. Is if you've ever been in politics any time at all, you have past, and I have the Hermit reversed, and so I
Oh,
it, it, he's got the Tower and the World, so picking him would be a dynamic choice.
well, Pete didn't drop. Liz is saying though Pete wasn't very interested. It wasn't interested in BB because the kids are young. Well, he would have dropped out if he wasn't interested.
He had dropped out, and then his name keeps getting played, and then he was back in. So
I don't know.
Rose Blue, you're right. There was a sex scandal in an office he ran, and they paid sexual harassment. And I don't know, I didn't hear that it was him that did the harassing. So
Okay, going back.
okay,
And you said you were on Shapiro?
yeah,
Yeah.
Shapiro. I had the Tower and the World next to each other.
Yeah, I was looking. So you can go with Tim, I guess. I'm going to do Shapiro quick.
Okay.
Josh Shapiro. Josh Shapiro being the pick. VP.
Mm-hmm.
I got the world too.
Mm-hmm.
The world, Page of Wands, good communicator. The High Priestess, he could be destined for higher.
Mm-hmm.
The Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, and the Seven of Swords. Wow. Those are very good cards to be selected,
Mm-hmm.
except for the Seven of Swords in the end. And the Moon, there might be some dark secrets that came out in betting.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I would say he was the choice. But now
They're having second thoughts if it's
they're having second thoughts.
right.
Doesn't mean he won't be. I don't think the decision's been made yet.
Mm-mm. I can tell you it hasn't because what I got in the middle of Tim Walls was the high priestess just sitting there saying, "No, I'm not telling you shit."
Yeah.
But I
I pulled one
also,
more card, the devil,
mm-mm,
for Tim or Josh. I think I think vetting Josh was probably the top pick.
right.
God, I don't think it's been made yet.
I don't think it's been made yet either, guys. Because for walls we have the Three of Cup reversed, which means they can't see really doing it, and the Page of Cups. They don't see him as a fair-haired child. Now I saw this guy speak. Of course, I'm old and ugly, and I don't care. But I really thought this is what we need. He's not a lawyer. He's worked real jobs for his whole life. He's taught school. I mean, anybody who survives that could do anything. But
Yeah.
and what I see for him is he's a really, really. The reason they're looking at him is a really, really hard worker, and he's achieved a lot. And the positive thing is he has the Page of Wands. You're just not sure he's got the presentation value. You know, I mean, if they can convince young people he looks like grandpa, they'd be do fine. You know? Yeah, but I don't think that with if I get one more high priestess, guys, we're folding this one up because
I got high priestess on Josh.
there's like
Um,
78 cards in this deck, and I keep getting that high priestess right in the middle. Like it ain't made up yet.
Josh would be a good, or Tim Walsh would be a good pick.
Yeah,
I
that
got
would be a good pick.
he's relatable and his past is all good. 8 of Wands, he'd bring good energy to the team. The Fool, it would be a leap of faith, a partnership. 4 of Cups, that makes me feel like their dynamic would be awesome together.
Mhm.
Queen of Wands. Ugh. I think the overall meshing of Kamala and him. See this queen?
Mhm.
She's putting her hand up. That's what
Mhm.
I first seen as like, oh, like wait a minute, I'm not going that route. But they would. But I'd been in with the 2 of Cups, the last card. They would make it work. You know,
Mhm.
they might scuttle between each other a bit, but there is a 2 of Cups. We can agree. So yeah, I mean they got it. He would be another good pick. He would be. He would be all in.
Mhm. I've got the astronaut.
So oh, you're on
I
my.
got yes, 7 of coins. Yes, the lovers, because America loves astronauts. But he's not a great message carrier, you
Mark
know.
Kelly. Mark Kelly.
And Mark Kelly, and he's not great at the hand-to-hand combat, and he just doesn't bring as strong a suit of energies as say Buddha Judge does in talking to conservatives and stuff. Although he's got to know how to talk to them because he lives in a state full of them.
No doubt, Pete is the master communicator.
And he can do it in 8 languages too. That's even more fun.
Weird.
What'd you get?
Got the same thing. Kamala with that Queen of Wands coming out again.
Mm-hmm.
And Kamala will be like, "Whoa, slow down here."
Mm-hmm.
10 of Cups, all in the family. He's willing to make that stop. Page of Cups. The offer. I will do your bidding for the team.
Mm-hmm.
6 of Coins. He would be a giver and receiver.
Mm-hmm.
3 of Wands. Willing to do the work, go overseas, whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 of Wands. It may be Mark Kelly. He's got the best cards for me. 6 on the bottom. Page of Coins, an offer. Next card, the 7th card would be 7 of Wands. No, 5 of ones. Huh. I think the vetting probably came out best for him, probably.
Yeah. But the biggest problem he has is geography. He's not, you try to split up the geography of your candidates, except for Bush and Cheney, which ought to prove to all of us that, Cheney lived like 3 blocks. He actually lived about 2 miles from where I live right now when he picked himself as vice president, and he hightailed it and set his permanent residence up in Wyoming in his hunting lodge because they have to be from 2 different states.
Yeah, it's best, right?
That's why Swalwell and all those guys, none of them had a shot because she's from California. Okay, J.B. Pritzker. Well, his intro wasn't the best, and he's from my home state. He had the sun reversed and the world reversed. Not looking good. But after you get past that, he's good at raising money. Don't ask. I don't know why. I know nothing about the man. He can get along with her and kind of fulfill whatever jobs they need. And he's the king of wands. He's very good at creating deals. So I think it might not be on what we see that would make him attractive, but what he does, what he can do in the back. So what'd you get?
Generally, it would be I got this 3 times for 3 different candidates.
Yeah, she didn't like that one.
She's getting that. It would work because I do have the 2 of Cups again, making that agreement. You can agree on these things. Page of Cups, another offer. Empress. I think Kamala would definitely be a charge because these 2 are together. I'm the queen. It feels like she wants someone less dynamic. It doesn't feel like Obama Biden what they're looking for.
Trust me, when they picked Biden, I was, totally engulfed in the Obama campaign down here, and we were always kind of talking to people around the country. That was a shocking pick. And we realized what he went for was somebody who'd been around and could go over to the Senate and talk with him. Because Obama never felt very happy in the Senate. So trust me, I was in a hotel on my way to Austin for something when we found out. And, we were taking my youngest to school and had just dropped them off and said, hey, you got another picture you can post on your phone because she'd met Biden at a dinner and had a picture taken with Biden. Now, granted, it's not the world's greatest picture. Biden's in front and little one's going by with a big tray of food going, great.
I think he would prefer to stay in Illinois.
Well,
I mean, I got the
right. I grew up in Illinois. Yeah, I grew up in Illinois during the time that they said the governor should just sign a statement. They'll go immediately to jail after they leave the governor's office because every one of them we had was doing that.
So according to my throws, the energy is best either Mark or Pete is what my best one came out. Probably won't even know until late tonight or Monday for sure who the pick is. I'm sure Eric Holder's team is all involved in the final vetting process too and meeting. And then that's like, whoever's the quietest is the pick. Could be. Well, that's Mark Kelly.
Tim Walz is exactly Kamala's age. He's 60 years old.
Kamala feels so much younger.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody ages at different rates, and he's been up there eating.
Yogi sees Kelly. Mm.
Well,
Mark for BP, Pete for Secretary of State. Done and dusted.
okay. We got to take. Karen's got all the facts and figures. She's the engineer.
How much power does Harris have in picking the VP? I think it's all hers.
They present the choices. They show her all the arguments. This is my understanding. They show them all the arguments, and she looks at it. It really has to be someone she can talk with. I mean, if it's in a good situation. Now you've got, that ought to scare the crap out of everybody about the Republican side, but uh, it's got to be a person she can say, which way do we go? There's got to be somebody in the House that speaks to them bluntly.
There was a video that resurfaced, and it was Kamala and her husband, what's his name?
Doug Emhoff.
Doug Emhoff, and Pete and Chasten were on a video call,
Mm-hmm.
and they just meshed so well. And it's also got to have that respect and mesh too.
Mm-hmm.
And like three of them, when I was reading, came up that Queen of Wands with the hand stop. It's kind of like we wouldn't really gel, but we would make it work. But there was nothing like that with Pete or Kelly. There's the little issue with Shapiro in his past.
That's not a little issue when your main thrust is going to be to get every single woman voter you can to vote for them.
Right. But if they're, like I said, Karen Mantz's Secretary of State, if he's truly worried about the kids, he would be gone more than Secretary of Transportation.
I don't think people lose sleep overnight. Ambitious people, when they take those jobs, don't. They just do a good job at what they're doing. So
they would have to move to Virginia or D.C.
Well, that's okay. They moved out of Indiana because they didn't like being in a hostile state.
Kelly's on a bunch of committees that deal with military, foreign relations. It's probably soothing to the big money guys.
Mm-hmm.
Waltz has a military component, education components, teachers, students, young people, investing in the future. He's done a good job in Minnesota, that's for sure, with a small majority.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I think I've caught up with comments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here. Let's see how Elon.
Oh.
Let's check this quick. It's another comment. Astrologically, Pete and Shapiro show the good relationship, but the best is Andy Bashir. Yeah, Andy had great cards too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when I did them last night, the only one that seemed off the chart at the time was Waltz. But, who knows, guys, honest to God, it's...
Okay, Elon. I'll take these. Elon's trying to steal people's data.
Oh.
And right-wing them for the election. If all true, Elon's already in big trouble. He had to stop the court for on custody issues of his three of his kids.
The ones that he acknowledges.
I guess.
look good for Elon. He's trapped in his own hubris. Somebody within that group is splitting away and telling on them. The Fool means it can kind of go either way, but his two future cards are the Ace of Swords, which in this time I think it's sticking in him because it's going to stick him up. It's going to make him a hangman. So I would say he's in trouble.
I think he's in trouble too.
And don't make me go look at his slimy energy anymore. I don't want to know about the rest of his life.
There's a lot of patriots out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of whistleblowers. So I have justice, whistleblowers.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Coins can be collecting money or honorable people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like what Elon's doing. He's gonna lose. Five of Coins, the old crap, he's gonna lose. The Empress, my Empress, Divine Energy,
Mm-hmm.
the Star, and Ace of Cups. Yeah, I get all this whistleblower energy, knowing he's doing wrong and he's gonna lose. It's gonna hit harder in October.
Mm-hmm.
Have a loss. When the Moon and the Seven of Cups come together,
That's not a good idea.
and loss or hell, he's freaking crazy.
I saw one of his ugly black trucks that looks like a Tonka toy and looks like someone made it in their home garage.
I see him once in a while.
I've never seen one before. I just sat there with that. It's got to be. What would make you want to get in that car and drive it?
It is so ugly.
It is so ugly.
So I seen a video on
and mind you guys, I had a Rambler when I was in high school. And this is ugly.
It's not made for crap. I seen a video where two guys tested it out. They could pull off half the trim with their hand. They showed a Chevy truck, I think, and they showed how the Chevy truck was stuck over this obstacle. So they hooked up the Cyber truck to help pull it. The whole bumper came flying off. So then they took it back to the shop and checked out other things. They slammed every door hard. The whole framing of the inside get stuck so that it would rip off how they put it together would expand.
They're supposed to have electronics in it, so like your trunk can't slam on your hand. The guy put his hand in there and it closed on his hand.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Fingers get crushed. The trim on it, the guy was just able to rip it off because it's glued. Rip off the trim around above the top, and it's a piece of crap. It's like, if you're pulling anything with that test, the bumper and the hitch would just fly off. If you're pulling a boat or something, oh, that's a piece of crap. Yeah. Elon's in trouble.
Unfortunately, we can't take his space thing away from him.
How do independent voters feel about who've seen it? That mess at the Black journalists in Chicago. The people who have seen it, how did this go?
I'm asking if it did affect the independents who saw it.
They took the side of the journalists.
Mm-hmm.
Still evaluating. Wheel of Fortune and Strength. So I get the feeling of like wanting to gag the people that have seen how this was done, who actually seen it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some will just say it's fake news or don't even watch, right? But
Right.
people have seen the clips. It did change minds because I get this gag reflex feeling. It's like wanting to throw up. How disgusting it was. Knight of Coins, Wheel of Fortune, and Strength. The tide is turning. More and more
Mm-hmm.
people are getting involved in seeing this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see him not wanting to go in Trump's direction at all. They got the 3 of Wands upside down. It didn't move him a lot, but it definitely gave him a show to see. Here's someone who's trying to get along with people, and it kind of bursts their illusions and delusions that he has some emphasis there. But for those that hit, for people who really watched it, I think it really hit them hard. But I don't think that one event's gonna make or break them. It depends on how it can be parceled out and used in campaigns.
Yeah, that's why I sense like the people that did see it,
Mm-hmm.
but then that's like it would be normally people that would watch anyway, right?
Right.
So it's a matter of getting it out to the independents that don't normally watch, but the few or whatever it was, it gave me this stick to it.
I've got to go get a different deck.
Oh, Trump's August and September. Okay. Which card? I'm going to use the same deck and throw 6 for August and 6 for September.
Okay. I'm going to use my Life is Like a Board Game because they're quick.
True, Patricia. I hope everyone watched too and see how hateful he was.
And he was supposed to be on for an hour, and he was on for 37 minutes. And then they called it. They said
They yanked him. Okay.
they really dulled the mics too from the audience because they were really yelling.
35 August. Okay, 45 September. I know, right? Sell it on. People weren't disgusted in him years ago. It would take more than that. Good point. Yeah, I wasn't feeling a huge shift. It's just kind of a select few.
Gave us one more quiver in our,
40
one more arrow in our quiver.
September. September. King of Pentacles. 9 of
His money's drying up. I get that he's feeling very weak. He has strength reversed. And he really hates Kamala. That's the Queen of Cups upside down. He really doesn't like her. He's trying to figure out what magic he can bring in, what strength he can bring in. And this is his money's drying up. That's the 6 of Coins. His money's drying up. And he's not really capable of figuring another way to generate more. I guess he sold all his Bibles and he's out of tennis shoes. And he's trying to figure out a way he can get to a place where he can split the difference and move on. That's August. September is Struggle Avenue, which is the Five of Pentacles. He's struggling. He's trying to find the sun. He's trying to find a bright spot in all this. But he just can't get the news or anything behind him. He's beginning to understand he's not the emperor anymore. He doesn't have any future plans and he can't see his way out. And he sees the conventional wisdom of maybe it's you should behave every once in a while is coming down on him. So that's his August and September. I don't think it looks good for him.
Yeah. The August, I'm getting a lot of. He wants to do as many rallies as he can for support. But the moon is showing him crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Emotions are all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
He could be seeing a doctor more often with a magician.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's next to the Eight of Pentacles.
Ah.
Eight of Pentacles is work. He could be working in the body, but he might be getting more meds or something in August. Mm-hmm. And then I think he's got people, his communications team, whatever, want him to get out there more on rallies to keep the base moving. So I got a King of Wands talking to him, the Three of Wands to be the star. Change his tune, do rallies more often, something like that. But I think he's showing he's off the rails.
Did you see the comparison of his rally to her rally? It was in the same place. They were doing it yesterday side by side on MSNBC. He's sitting there droning on, and his people are just sitting there with their little Trump signs. And there's a quarter of the stadium, this quarter of the facility, they didn't fill. And she had it filled to overflowing, and they were turning people away. And he lied and said the school wouldn't let any more in. And I mean, he just took off after the facility about how they were cutting him up. And the more he drew attention to it, they kept panning over this completely empty section. And you see her people all going, yeah, 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 and moving their posters, and his people are sitting. It was interesting.
They're all bored. I don't know. He's got to be. The campaign's got to be paying people. September, shorter journeys, less rallies. Knight of Cups, that could be JD doing more rallies for him or speaking engagements.
Oh, please put JD out there more, please.
And then there's going to be some issues with funding in September. So I got the King of Pentacles, Four of Cups. Four of Cups can be money fluctuations. You have to do some thinking. And then the King of Swords. There's going to be more judges and stuff coming down hard on him in September.
Good.
Which makes sense with the 18th is hearings, but we got Tanya Chuckin coming in. King of Swords can also be Jack Smith. So it's going to be a harder time for him. September is going to be harder. August feels like he's just going to try to get by.
Mm-hmm.
Do more rallies. You want to toss October too, since we're on it?
I did a toss October.
You did too?
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's Yeah, that's when his money's really drying up and he's really going nuts.
Okay. Yeah, I got Four of Pentacles holding on to money. Page of Swords. Kind of like looking over your shoulder. How to change things. Seven of Cups. He's delusional. He ain't gonna win. Um, Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands, Two of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of positive there. October, there could be a new beginning, but it doesn't feel like him. This could be that change of Republican
Strategy. Well,
the different energy of a different candidate thing.
yeah. Well, my end card was the Hierophant coming in, trying to the structure, the outside structure, trying to take.
Yeah. Trump.
Yeah, stop the presses. We figured out he's delusional.
So yeah, it doesn't look good. So yeah, when the Moon and Seven of Cups drop next to each other, you know the person's nuts. Not all there.
Or they're having a momentary lapse from reality.
He can't help himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might be seeing more doctors and whatnot to how to medicate to try to figure out how to balance himself. What's a withered up? He looks like a withered up Halloween pumpkin in November.
Mm-hmm. No, my favorite meme I found this week that I sent out on YouTube was it was a piece of toast with a red tie through it, a piece of burnt toast, and a little orange head thing. So he's burnt. He's gone.
Now let's look at that. E. Jean Carroll case and the appeals.
You want to see if they're going to start seizing his stuff?
Yeah, I think last week we were looking at it a little bit. We were getting they were gonna, be coming up August, September, one of the two, that decision time. This deck, yeah.
Not immediately.
Will the appeals get done by October? Let's say. I'm gonna say.
Then I'll change my because I was thinking like now. So.
Not now. It's still in the works.
Okay.
The monetary appeals in New York get completed before October. I think that's why September is going to be so hard on him.
Yeah, he knows what's coming.
Well, I think in August, I thought I seen in August, E. Jean Carroll goes back to court for a hearing. I can't remember when, or maybe it was September. Yes, there's going to be hearings.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the loss.
Mm-hmm.
King of Swords. That'll be the judges. And Five of Coins. 45 loses.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to want to feel like escape with the Knight of Cups.
Right. What I saw.
I think it happens before October.
What I see is the Hierophant's coming for his stuff. And they have the power for the prosperity to take it away. and he's freaking out. He doesn't know where to go run and hide. Hermit. And he kept thinking, this is stall, delay, 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 delay. It's not working anymore. And people are coming to take away his pretty things. His houses is gone.
Yeah. Like, moving forward, I got the Chariot, wishes fulfilled, King of Cups. So yeah, the delay's over. It's going to be hitting them with that Chariot. You betcha.
You betcha.
Bring on the ladies behind the scene with the Queen of Swords.
Mm-hmm. Well, we always knew it was going to be a woman who's going to bring him down. That's all we've ever seen since.
The woman lawyer is behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
On the bottom, Six of Cups, everything from the past coming back to haunt him. So yeah, E. Jean's lawyer, Tish James, Lady Liberty. And then the one man, Juan Merchant. There's, I don't know if I should say it. 15 mentions dry up.
Yeah, that's.
More things that JD would dry up. He's a weird dude. Oh yeah, there were signs that you're fired in that audience.
Yes.
Could be taken a different way. 45, you're fired.
Somebody asked if Trump had been a slave in a former life up there. I pulled out of my past life decks. Yes, he's paying for some karmic relationships. It was way back in the biblical times. And he sort of, that point where soul vowed it would never be stuck in that situation again. So I think he was.
I'm sure we've been in all situations. I did a deep dive a long time ago into it could have been more recent.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was a slave owner.
Oh, I have no doubts about it. They were just asking about a slave.
Right, in the past, right. But I was seeing, they gave me the movie. Remember the movie Of Mice and Men?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And you have the workers, and you have the boss's kid. I kind of got the feeling like that Don Jr. was that mean boss's kid.
Mm-hmm.
And 45 was the slave owner, and probably, took his slaves as he wanted and had children with them and whatnot,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you want to ask about this?
Giving birth to a child. Kamala's husband cheating. Oh yeah, I guess I did see that they had an abortion.
Right. Will this hurt the?
Will it hurt the campaign?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Doug was honest. Doug was honest about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hiding at like 45 and whatnot. For some reason, it never matters what Dems admit faults. They just ignore the Republican way.
Mm-hmm.
It is so weird with the media.
What I got is people will understand. I mean, because we're talking about grown-ups voting here, and that he just went on his own way. They went on their own way. He actually cared about the person when all this was going on, but he just knew it wasn't going to make it. and the moon is it's hurt him, but will it hurt him with the campaign? No, it'll only give the MAGA people something to rag on.
Yeah, in the past, he did, well, it led to the divorce, and that's what he talked about. So the tower comes in the past, that's the divorce. Financial failures, divorce. And Ace of Wands is taking accountability for what happened, a new cycle. Moving forward, I get my old crap card first, 5 of coins. So it's a little bit of a loss, sadness about it. But like you said, people are still united. The 5 of coins didn't land in the middle. So it's kind of like moving forward.
Right.
Angelic, we have the substance. Moving forward, it's going to be united. And my angelic card about intuition and love and moving forward. And it's going to just drop out of the cycle. It's going to be fine.
Right.
The ending. I got the death card. In a position of ending it.
Right.
It's part of the past, your ancestries, what you've done. Queen of Swords is kind of dark, and bitter, but it's going to end. I think he's taking the right approach. It's no big deal.
No, he does not need more Adderall. To the person who put that in the comments, that's the last thing he needs.
Okay. 122.
We are.
Was there any in the stars you see?
I can't see them.
You can't click on the starred ones?
No.
No, you could.
Oh, wait a minute. You're right, I can.
Egypt. Oh, we didn't look at Bar, but the 10 million.
You want to see if that's going to become a real scandal, or it's going to be something that we have to remember in 6 months? Oh, yeah, there was a rumor about that. My understanding is it's outside the statute of limitations.
Yeah,
that's why they can't go after Trump about it.
It would what?
It was at the
they
beginning.
would have to take it up almost right away. 21, 22. It was 5 years.
Well, they didn't find it until the very end of the Mueller probe. And then they were playing with it. And Barr came in when they were still looking at it, and he said, stop it. So.
Well, there's a lot more than that about Barr. What the heck? Let's just look at.
Oh, can we just ask, will Barr ever get his?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Will Barr ever get his?
And not put it on his
rewards for all the personal lawyer stuff he did in the administration. Remember a long time ago, I felt like he has something in his back pocket that can save him. Whether it's an ace card or in his back pocket or whatever.
I'm going to ask if he's going to get his publicly. So.
Will Barr ever get his?
Oh, God. Yes. Yes. I shouldn't be. I should be more gracious about the suffering of others, but I'm not going to.
Right. Conflicts. Justice.
Yes. What I got was people are putting it together right now. They're making up their minds about how to package it and bring it forward. But we will get what we're wishing for, which is that it'll be public It's going to take him out of his cozy, comfy little life, and it's going to be a female prosecutor that does it, that gets him.
Email prosecutor. Um, yeah, in the past I get Justice, Five of Swords, Knight of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
That's him covering up.
Mm-hmm.
That's him covering up for 45.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the law, justice, whatever, the conflicts, whatever, and Knight of Cups. He covered everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Bad dude. I have feminine energy moving forward. Ace of Cups, love and abundance, and the Eight
Mm-hmm.
of Swords. Could be truth and clarity coming out. So you do have female energy there. Good things coming and the truth coming out. But yeah, I think he's gonna get his either karmically or publicly. It's not showing, or financially, maybe a fine. I don't know how that works, but yeah, the Five of Coins, Page of Coins, and the Eight of Coins. They're all like health or have to work on things and loss of health and finances, a new path. So it doesn't feel like judicially he would get his own, but he's going to get it one way or another, either karmically through health or financially.
And real quick answer for the person who said they got a text from Kamala's campaign asking whether she preferred Kelly or Josh Shapiro. They'll send out things like that all the time because what they do is they loop you in and, well, now that you're supporting us and giving us your answer, could you give us $5? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get those texts all the time, and like, oh, let's do a poll or whatever, and then it's like, oh, give us money. So it's like, so I don't know. I think, Garland. If Biden would have chose, who's that Justice Warrior?
Glenn Kirshner.
Yeah, Glenn Kirshner. He would have been a lot more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Garland's a rule of law, by the book kind of guy. I think he did the best he could.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we had all those.
Well, they didn't let him in the office for what? How long the Senate held him out?
Yeah, May
like that. Yeah. And
it was a
we
lot.
have no I think when the big book's written about how all this worked, we're going to find out how much Barr had infiltrated the Department of Justice. And I'm sure that Merrick Garland was just trying to figure out who's here that's going to be helpful and work.
There was a lot of obstruction. And then we got to remember, it was COVID restrictions too for a year.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be safe around the COVID restrictions. Everything was virtual.
Yep.
So it was a tough start. But then unfortunately, 45 had all this donation money and he just kept paying lawyers up $60-70 million now.
What there was some lawyer who got $10 million out of him up front, just said, I'll work on it for $10 million. And then he worked on it for like a week. And part of his contract also was that if he knew Trump was absolutely misleading him on the information he gave him, he was out. So he just walked away with 1 week's work and $10 million.
Chris Keiss. I heard it was $3 million.
I don't.
That's what I remember.
It was more than enough.
Got hired and you never heard from him again. He got $3 million up front.
That's right.
But all unfortunate. But there's nothing we can do about it. I believe Garland's an honorable man, and he did the best he could. Got Jack Smith on the trail. He's a
Right.
good prosecutor. He wants to go as fast as possible. We got
We unfortunately have,
Tanya Chuckin moving on now.
we unfortunately have a Supreme Court that's totally off the reservation.
Yes, they're bad. Let's just bring in some inspirational love for the week.
Inspiration for the week. Our word for the week.
Uh-oh.
Well, if the computer goes off, it's because it really did hit the water. It did hit the switch that it's plugged through. But let's try to do this quickly, Scott, before I electrocute myself here. I'm going to use Crystal Medicine Oracle.
That's in a different district. Rebecca cooked for Congress. That's in a different district I'm in. That's not statewide. But yeah, I hope she can win, because I can't remember the guy's name, but he is bad.
A crooked person.
Yeah, he's totally MAGA, lies constantly. I swear he's crazy. One of those. But
That all sort of fits together. We can't say crazy, but we can say weird, which apparently.
yeah, let's just go with weird. He's very weird. All they do is lie, and it's so frustrating.
Okay. Here's the message I have for us. We're moving forward.
Oh.
I will read you the quick fix on that.
Bless you, Monica.
Yes, thank you, Monica. Moving forward, you've pulled the card today as a confirmation that this is the time to begin to move forward. In life, we move through certain cycles and call upon different energies and aspects. You are currently in a place of action to move forward. When you can align and tune those powerful energies to be available, we receive a great depth of understanding and knowledge. Do what it takes to make things that change in your life. Know that this is your soul going along its guiding path. And the stone is a seraphonite and assists in letting go of the past, helps you move forward, opens new opportunities, assists you in making choices. So, are you there?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I thought my computer had finally died.
No, sorry. I was concentrating and not looking up. Helene, Nancy Jean, I spilled my whole drink on my laptop yesterday. Put it in front of a big fan and it's working again.
That's true. That's will work. But this is on my plug, so I'm keeping my feet up off the floor. You see if
I'm getting the Knight of Cups, King of Cups, and the Seven of Coins.
Okay.
You know, it's in this deck, but I'm just saying the cups. Summer, summer, autumn. Cups are all about love and proposals and honor and respect. And trusting. And trusting the journey. Seven of Coins is, you know, it can be voting, it can be working on your finances, but it's also, you know, making sure you're patient and kind. So I just think like getting all worked up over Garland or the movement of things, it's gonna go at its own time and we have no control.
Hmm.
And I'm just sensing like staying in that heartfelt, loving mode of honor and maturity and devotion to your own spirit, and rather than getting all worked up about, oh, Garland's not moving or this ain't moving. There's nothing we can control. We just got to enjoy the experience that things are moving forward as they're supposed to be or can be. There was
And you getting all worked up about it and having a heart attack is not going to help things.
no, no. It's all about the summer of love, and in the autumn, the patience will come. So we're moving up to the autumn phase.
Hmm.
We're in the summer phase of love, the summer of love, right?
I guess so.
You guess so.
I'm going to go.
And you got your Lionsgate coming.
I got Lionsgate coming, and I'm going to a new Japanese restaurant here in Dallas today.
Oh, nice. I might
I,
finally get out my boat later.
very good.
Get out in my cups.
Get out,
Get some
float
water.
around in all that peaceful cups.
Yeah, it looks like I got to find a parking space for the boat too.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, I lost my winter parking, so it looks like I'm gonna have to pay for a storage unit.
Uh,
Unfortunately.
one more thing. But that's good. And everybody have a lovely day and have lots of hugs. I'll be on Tuesday at my normal time. And I don't think I have other stuff going on this week. I'm still lying in bed from yesterday is what I'm doing. I'm really waiting at watching all those people do those gymnastic things. It was like, whoa, that looks painful. I'm going to go rest.
All right, everyone have a blessed one. Stay cool.
Bye bye.